Hi everyone, it's my honor to be here to give you the presentation for APS March meeting. So my name is Rongjing Guo from Dr. Yuanyue Liu's group at UT Austin. Today my topic is the accurate ab initio method for charted defect scanning. So today's content will include the background, method, applications, and perspective. So let's begin from the background. So for the electron defect scattering, the quantity can be expressed by the matrix element, including the final states, initial states, and the perturbation potential due to the electron defect interaction. And this kind of matrix element can be calculated using the supercell technique proposed by Dr. Marco Bonatti. And this technique allows us to use the Pyramid cells with function and band structure, and together with the supercells perturbation potential as the DFT inputs files to calculate the matrix element. And then we can, using the matrix element, to calculate the relaxation times or the defect limited mobility. For our work, we focus on the charged defect. The charged defect is different from the neutral one because the defect level was occupied by the free electron, by the electron. So actually, this whole system is charged, not neutral. In this case, let's see the components of the perturbation potential. The first two term, the ionic term and the exchange correlation term, is still short range, so we can treat them the same as the neutral defect. But for the Hartree potential difference, because of the long-range Coulomb interaction, this term is long-range, so it's hard to converge in a small supercell affordable by the DFT. So we need to do some approximations by some screening model. So previous model has some approximations such as the point charge approximation, which means we consider the charge defect charge density as a point charge embedded in the host material. Also, we can do the approximation that the using the macroscopic dielectric continuum to consider the dielectric property. But actually, this approximations is not accurate for 2D materials. For example, this is the example of -2 sulfur vacancy of two-dimensional MS2. This kind of charge density has the specific distribution, so it can't be approximated as a point charge, and so this is another perspective, and this direction is the z direction. So you can see there is a large vacuum layer in the supercell. So actually, this material is has a strongly anisotropic dielectric property. So the microscopic dielectric continuum can't accurately describe the dielectric property of two-dimensional materials. So in our new method, we try to use the novel descreening and rescreening approach to capture the real charge density of the defect, and using the dielectric function with the local field effect to accurately considering the anisotropic dielectric property. So in the descreening and rescreening process, we use the linear response approach. For the descreening, we can starting from the total charge density, which can be considered as the screened charge density. This one can be directly calculated from the DFT, and using the linear response formula, we can get the bare charge density, which can be considered as the unscreened charge density. So once we got this one, we can use the screened Coulomb interaction together with the bare charge density to get the long-range Coulomb potential, the Hartree potential. Yeah. So the whole workflow can be divided into two parts. The first part is the DFT calculation. We use the Quantum Espresso and Berkeley GW to calculate multiple supercells and primitive cells to get the response function. And we do the linear response calculation to process the descreening and rescreening from the row total to the row bare and then to the Wei-Hartree. After that, we can combine the short-ranged perturbation potential and the long-range perturbation potential together to become the screening potential, and then calculate the scattering matrix element by our own software, the EDI. In this way, we can do some applications to demonstrate our method. So here is the example of two-dimensional MS2, the with the -1 sulfur vacancy in this material. So we starting from the total charge density in a 6x6 supercell and do the descreening, we can get the bare charge density in the same supercell. And here's the result of the charge density distribution, and the x-axis is the density from the defect center. It's easy to say that the bare charge density is more localized than the total charge density, which means we can use a relatively small supercell to capture the bare charge densities feature. And we do the rescreening in a larger supercell. Here we use 9x9, and we use the intrinsic screening interaction to finish the rescreening process, so we can get the potential. So in order to validate, so we compare the DFT directly calculated potential with the potential calculated using our model. So actually it's match very well, which means our method can successfully reproduce the Hartree potential in a large supercell. After that, we can calculate the transport properties of the material. So here is the comparison between the neutral oxygen substitute defect and the charge defect we used in the previous example. So we compared their defect limited mobility. So this two has shown the carrier concentration dependence of the mobility behavior. We can say that for the neutral one, it shows a monotonous behavior, and the mobility decrease in this region due to the effect mass change. But for the charge defect, it shows a non-monotonous behavior because the free carrier has the strong screening effect as the carrier concentration is increasing. So in this region, the mobility behavior is increasing. But in this region, due to the effect mass change, the mobility will decrease. The same reason as this range. So then these two figures show the temperature dependence of the mobility behavior. As you can see, we have used the exponential function to fit the mobility is trained. So it's easy to conclude that the -1 sulfur vacancy has stronger the temperature dependence than the neutral defect, especially at the low carrier concentration and low temperature region. Especially in this region. In the end, I want to talk about some perspectives of our work. So the first one is we can further considering the environmental screening of the charge defect. For example, we can find which kind of substrate or the encapsulate material can lead better performance of the material. Then we can further consider the quasi-particle scattering. So because for now we still use the first order Born approximation, which means we can only consider the single defect scattering. But in the future, we can consider multiple defect scattering using the T-matrix approach, or considering the many-body effects of the electron defect interaction using the GW perturbation theory. Then we can provide the more accurate matrix element, which can better describe the charge defect system optical absorption. In the end, I want to show our code, the electron defect interaction. For now, we can use this code to calculate the charge neutral point defect and the surface scattering. In the future, we will organize more like the charged point defect and the green boundaries. The code has been published in this website. In the end, I wanna thanks for my advisor, Dr. Yuanyue Liu, and my group member, and you. Thanks for listening. Thank you.